Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to another episode on Tubonge Mental. Yours truly, Elsie Akoth.
My name is Kay.
Emma.
So today we want to talk about dealing with a partner who's undergoing a mental illness or a mental disorder. You guys, 2020 has been the roughest year ever. May I thought rough ilikuwa sandpaper, but no. So we thought. So what I'm trying to say is last year is when you notice like most people who have mental illnesses is when they start getting worse and worse, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's PTSD, you name it. And it's very important for us to know how to deal with our partners when they're going through these things, because upper normally we can go wrong and mess things up. I don't know what you guys think.
You wanna go first? I might go first. First of all, I didn't think I would literally feeling. I thought by now I'll be like a bit messed up. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe some condition maybe added up, but from depression and PTSD, because it was really, really crazy. But we thank God.
Yeah.
We thank God. And what? Another thing is, it's not only like, you know, right now it's not only like mental health surrounding only your friends, your partners. Now even people at home, you're like, okay, she got something. You know,
you look at your mom,
yeah,
you're like,
you're like, whoa, you know, corona by there, it may affect
Yeah.
so many people, and so many people's mental health like are being like
they're
coming out.
deteriorating.
Yeah.
You know?
I would think during this period, many people have noticed the maybe new characters in your partners, or maybe the people that you live around. Maybe
Toxic.
just because this person was used to getting out of the house every day, going to job, you know, and maybe this person was now closed up in the house. You have to be with this person all the time. So maybe you never know. You didn't know maybe someone had the mental health problem or an issue, but later you noticed something in this person, and it was new. So now we want to talk about how do you really, you know.
I think for me, what I want to know is how do you manage when both of you have mental illness? Like that one is even
It's way worse.
way worse than just one partner having mental issues than both of you having mental issues.
May think, first of all, the fact that both of you are going through something, it's very important to involve a third party, especially a professional who's able to counsel you guys. Because you can imagine, okay, let's assume my partner, I'm depressed, my partner has anxiety. Every single day in the house, akukaliki, you know, because maybe I have mood swings, she doesn't want to interact with anyone, mara kidogo, we are arguing over something that's petty. So involving a third party who understands what mental illnesses are is very important, because mtu anaanza kukuambia, by the way, Elsie, you've done 1 2 3 nini, and then Elsie's partner, you've done 1 2 3, this is where you meet halfway. Number 2, also like just stepping back. Sometimes not everyone like wants, you know, that sympathy, kuskilwa woshe. Sometimes people just want space. Like when you're going through your stuff, sometimes you just want to be left alone for some time. And it's not that your partner doesn't love you or doesn't want you. It's just that at that time they feel like their mental capacity cannot take you. So they'll step back. Because I've seen very many articles of people complaining, especially between March and December last year. Oh, you know, my woman thinks I don't love her anymore because I don't give her attention. She doesn't know the stuff I'm going through. And you don't even tell your woman the stuff you're going through. You know, haezi jua. So, I may think space helps, and also a third party.
Okay. For my experience, because I'm older than you guys.
Age is just a number.
No, I'm experienced like being with partners who are having mental illness. Not like, So for me, I think when it comes to like in the situation of partner, I kind of like bring my education in along. So I'm like, this is a person who has mental illness. I don't want to be like a doctor, like, because I'm a psychologist. I don't want to be like, oh, now I have to do, because I tend to do that a lot.
Yeah.
So what I do is, I normally don't try to do anything.
Yeah, because it's
reason I don't do anything, number one, first of all, if you're a doctor or you're a psychiatric or you work in anything to do with mental illness, you know this. Once you start taking, and you start dealing with these issues on your own as like, okay, let me take action now. This is my friend, or this is my family, or this is my partner. You go deep and you forget yourself. And then once you forget yourself, because you have your own mental illness, now yours becomes even worse twice. than the other person. Now and then, in fact, people who have PTSD, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, you start attracting whatever that guy is, whatever the partner
trauma.
or the trauma is, and then now you can sleep because of whatever is happening with that person. Because now it has triggered your situation, but you don't know, but it comes to a place, you become so angry, you become, I don't know how, I don't normally feel like I'm so overwhelmed. And then now I feel like, instead of now thinking like this is a person I'm supposed to help, now all the flashback comes to me. Now I'm like, wait a minute, and just keep quiet and just be like, hold on.
But
let me not do anything.
If you're a professional, like you see how both of us have done psychology, it's really hard for us. Okay, it's not hard for us to cancel our partners, but it's not recommended for us to cancel our partners because there's emotions involved. But what we can do at least is just be there for them. That's why I'm saying a third party would be really important. The same weekend hospital in Omegonjeka, your dad won't be allowed to treat you if he's a doctor, right? Because at the back of the mind, he might be the best surgeon in the world and he might be able to help you. But akikuona kwa hiyo kitanda na John mtoto wangu, the emotions will take over the fact that he knows everything, What do you think here?
True. Actually, for me, I think that both of you having the mental illness in the relationship is something actually really hard. It's hard to work on, but it really needs a lot of working on, because sometimes you find you down, you don't even know whether you're supposed to speak up because you know how the other partner is. And now showing through your actions and it coming through whatever you show outside here will trigger even more the other partner's mental illness, and it will come out even more worse. But you will not even know whether you're doing it. It will just happen.
Okay, so the topic is how you actually deal with the situation, is not us giving you the, because I feel like we've given you the example.
No, so of course you have to start from my experience.
So I think my situation, I'm going to talk to the people like me who don't feel like medication are helping me enough. Instead, they make me worse, or I'm not into therapy that much. So I feel like when it comes to a relationship, first, because so many people don't know sometimes a relationship, for you to be able to pass in a situation where it's like you sit down, have understanding and share your pains and all psychological thing, it depends with your relationship. How is your relationship, first of all? Because if your relationship is not in a space where maybe you trust each other, you trust each other's secrets or pains, or even share, I don't think there'll be a problem, because you guys will be easier for you to sit down and see, this is a problem, how are we going to tackle it down? So you find so many people, the mental health comes in, ni kama kisingizio. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
There's already a problem, but because mental health now has come in, has triggered even more problems. Because once you love someone, even the people who don't have mental health, there's still a problem that looks like mental health. Stress, for instance. If you don't trust your partner, that means you're what? Paranoid. Okay, if you have, I don't know what, maybe something happened in a relationship, maybe the partner didn't come home early, whatever, you have anxiety because they didn't come home. So there's a lot of things still look like mental illness in a relationship. So if those things are not tackled, you're still gonna feel the heaviness of mental health is gonna be more than the people who actually know what they're doing in that relationship, if you know what I'm saying.
But I think it's really important to just be there and listen, because let me give you guys my experience, like I'm still like suffering through depression, anxiety and PTSD. Sometimes I normally feel like I'm a burden to my girlfriend, because I know at the end of the day she has her own stuff she's dealing with. It may not be mental related, but God knows whatever it is, So I hold back. Ile yanajambia, kwani kila siku I'm always a mess. I always hold back. But the fact that she sees that and she always tries to reach out and ask me, are you okay? Can we talk about this? Is there any way I can make you better? Imagine just that, like, lifts up a weight off me, and I'm able not to open up and tell her what the issue is. So sometimes unaweza fikiria ni kama, someone doesn't love you, but nile ya unaogopa kuproject. Okay, so I normally hold back so much. Like, I just get so scared, even with family and with friends, even when I'm going through stuff. I normally open up when it's like the top, like ile ya siwezi handle it anymore, because I normally feel like I'm a burden, and you're not supposed to feel like a burden. But yeah, the fact that you can just be there for someone. Some people don't even want advice. They
Now
just
let
want your
me
presence.
teach you guys one thing about what I've learned in a very long time. Because about me, I was those type of people. Like in all aspects, leave alone mental health. If I'm gonna date someone, I'll have to make sure maybe I bring something to the table. And sometimes you don't have anything to bring at the table. Do you understand?
I got this.
No, live alone. Now, there are people who love you regardless of your body, doesn't
Yeah,
have nothing
yeah,
to do
yeah.
with sex. Now, you'll have to, there's that guilt you feel that you have nothing. But let's say you have completely, why are you feeling guilt? You have nothing anyway. So, there's this, I learned like, I'm growing, and when you're growing, ukitoka kwa tumbo, you come out with nothing. You're trying to build yourself, nini. So, in that state, when you have nothing, when you're in a relationship with someone, it's not nothing. Do you know how hard it is to love someone else? If loving yourself is
It's
that,
hard.
exactly.
Yeah, true,
So,
by the way.
I don't know why some people say like, oh, I can't. No. Do you know how hard it is for someone to open their heart for you, and you don't know whether they're gonna break it or not?
Afu
It's
kwanza-
already a job.
Kwanza, if you have a mental illness, it's harder for you to even love yourself because
Exactly.
kama unajichukia, you feel like, everything is not right. You feel like you're a piece of whatever, So imagine you feel like that, and then you still have to love somebody else, and you still feel like that person needs to love you, but you feel like you're not deserving of that love.
So my point is, a lot of people in a situation, relationship, or whatever, they feel like, okay, he's doing this or she's doing this. What am I gonna do? Whatever. Nah, listen. If you don't know how to love yourself and you're still able to be in a relationship with someone, that is already enough baggage that you have. It's like, can you imagine you not loving yourself and then you be able to invite someone else and put them in your heart? Like that is the hardest thing someone can do. So that is a job.
So
you
how do
already
you
have
deal
a
with
job.
that?
Okay, first of all, for people who like in a relationship with people like that, you say that like that is the love they know. Like, I don't love this person, but I need security. I don't love this person, but they do 1, 2, 3 for me. I don't love
No,
this
how
person.
do you? Why is it so hard to forgive and learn how to love yourself after you go through stuff? And if you're dealing with a mental
For instance, let me
disorder?
give an example with my experience. My ex-boyfriend, Marisol, rest in peace. For him, reason, like, even if it came to a time, like, I fell out of love, the reason I was only with him is because he knows everything about me. I don't have to say shit. He knows when I was born, who's the whole family, my secret, everything. I'm sick. Do you understand? Like, I don't
Yeah.
have to say, Eti, I'm going through ABC. No. So for me, it was like the easy way out. And then he loved me. So that was enough, him loving me and showing me that he loves me, because I was so scared to move on. Every time I tried to move on, even me having all this, even him allowing me to experience and have all these partners in my life, still, it was not enough to feed me, because I was like, I'm like,
You have to start opening up
like
again from scratch.
I'm gonna be with them for like a few minutes. I'm like, let me go back to my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Then I'm with him. Then I'm like, I feel guilty because I'm with him because I don't love him. And then I'm like, let me continue doing my thing. Then I'm like, I'm bored. Let me go back. You see,
Girl,
exactly.
tipo.
Almost 10 times, my nigga. 10 times for 8 years. You see, so comfortability is it's not good. Don't be comfortable.
But you really, really, really need to learn how to be there for your partner when they're going through stuff. Like, you don't even have to be a professional. Like, our page on Instagram, tubonge_mental, has so many posts on different mental disorders. So, kama ujui, you can just go and read and you'll be enlightened and you'll learn how to cope with them. Because there are even other posts that tell you how to cope with people undergoing the different ones. Because at the end of the day, so you make a promise to your partner, you say you're gonna be there for them, you love them, then you have to do it fully.
And some people don't actually see it, sababu not everybody is expressive enough.
Yeah.
So I think when you love someone enough and you know their love language, it's easy for you to notice where they have a problem or not. Yeah. If they don't want to talk, okay, the problem is if someone they want to talk and then you end up doing something and they end up being angry with you for doing something. I've been there, girl. It's okay. Sometimes you rather love someone so much to let them go and get help.
If you can't help
Does that
them,
make
get them
sense?
professional help. Yeah.
'Cause-
Invite, go for any group therapy. You know, you're like, you know what, babe, today maybe we need to go and see a counselor, and you'll make them think it's you who wants to see a counselor, but you're actually doing it for them, because it's really important, guys. I'm telling people are going through the most, and this 2020, the most recorded suicides, niggas, like even before the year was over, you know, ever recorded in history. Like, it's crazy. We just need to learn to be there for people. Say something. So anyway, I hope you guys got the message, and try to be also open with your partner. Don't hold back. I know some of you have opened up to the wrong people and you regret it, but me, I'm assuming if you're dating someone, they have your best interests at heart. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, check out our page on Instagram, tubonge_mental. Any questions, please DM us. Anything you need us to talk about, let us know. Until next time, guys.